they're on apps, right? I'm seeing them on apps, on live stream, talking about the Most High, and then a week later, they're saying, oh, I don't believe anymore. I believe in voodoo. I believe in all types of wickedness. I believe in the moon and stars, right? And that's wickedness. You've been sifted out.
Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 14. But have walked after their imagination of their own heart, and after values which their fathers taught them.
Read that again.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 14. But have walked after their imagination of their own heart, and after values which their fathers taught them.
So after the damn, what's that name? It's like the Balim, right? We were seeking after that, right? In those days, and our fathers taught us this. But now, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're coming up here to teach you about the Most High Yahweh. Brother with the headphones. Okay, read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 18, verse 9, out of the New King Version, I want the Bible, right? When thou come into the land which the Lord your God is giving you,
Right.
you shall not learn to follow the abominations of those nations.
So that we don't follow the abominations of these nations. And we're going to read why in Deuteronomy 5, like the 4 and 5 in the second one.
Verse 10, there shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or one who practices witchcraft.
Witchcraft, you can't be practicing it. So the sister that I'm going to send this video to, don't be practicing no witchcraft, right?
Or a soothsayer, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who conjures spells, or medium, or spiritualist, or one who calls up the dead.
Right?
For all who do these are abomination to the Lord.
You are an abomination right now. The Most High is not with you. And you,
And because of these abominations, the Lord your God drives them out from before you.
see, He sifted you out.
Woo!
He sifted you out.
That's right. For these nations, you will dispossess, listening to soothsayers and diviners. But as for you, the Lord your God have not appointed such to you.
So these other nations, they could do that. Let them do their thing. But the Most High said, don't. We are not supposed to do that. We cannot do that. Right? That's it. Alright, now that's it. Read Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded you, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
Right. Read that one more time.
Behold, I have
4 and
taught
5, yeah?
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments,
Right?
even as the Lord my God commanded you.
So Moses was commanded by the Most High to teach us statutes and judgments. Read on.
That ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
So wherever we go, we're meant to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is their wisdom and your understanding.
This is our what? Wisdom.
This is our wisdom and understanding.
Our wisdom and understanding.
In the sight of the nations.
So when these other nations look at us and we're keeping this law, they're going to do what? Read on.
When shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Because we're meant to be a wise and understanding people.
That's right.
Right? Really and truly, the Most High has put that wisdom on us already.
Right.
The reason why I say that is because when you look at our people, even though we're in the streets, right, and we're doing wickedness, we don't harm these other nations as much as we harm our own people. right? So they look at us and see us killing each other, and they say, no, they're not killing us. So they must have some reason to kill us or something, right? They don't really want to harm us. They know we've done so bad to them, right? And that's the spirit of the Most High. He put that on us because we care about the whole world and how the ground on our feet, what we walk on, is treasured. We care about the plants that grow, the trees that grow. We care about the people as well. That's why when the people come and worship us and come and be our handmaids and servants, according to Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1, right? We're going to have them in subjection according to the commandments, not according to wickedness. Because when they had us in slavery, they had us in wickedness. They was whipping our back in for Satan, right? But the Most High says we're going to be doing that for righteousness. If they don't follow the commandments, we're going to whip their back in. That's righteous. So that's what it means to be an understanding of wise people. And that's what it means when the other nations are going to look at us for understanding and wisdom.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
See, he is the former of all things. Read that one more time.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
We're not like these other nations, right? We're different form. We're under a different structure. We're under a different creation. Someone get into that in section 6.
Proverbs 1 verse 24. Because I have spoken and I refused, I have stretched out my hands, and no man regarded.
Read that one more time.
Because I have called and he refused, I have stretched out my hands, and no man regarded.
So the Most High stretched out his hand. He's asking the nation of Israel to learn. He's asking the nation of Israel to learn. That's right. If you're so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, you're an Israelite.
Right.
You are of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Bring this out. Because I made a comment saying, when we're ruling, right, we don't want this world to be destroyed. We've got concrete pavement, right? Plants can't grow underneath this. It's destroyed. We got some damp. We got buildings that are built taller than what the scripture prophesy about.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 54. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all,
Right.
and the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
That's why we're from a different form. Because, yeah, we all come from Adam. Everyone knows this, but read on.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He made the world for our sake. So this ground that we step on is ours. It is ours.
That's right.
Them trees, ours. That's right. Right? Hey, the pollution needs to get rid of. These cars spewing out all the CO2 need to get rid of. Because they're polluting the world. Read on.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
They're nothing. The world's not for them.
Right.
The world was not made for them.
That's
Sister.
right.
Sister with the weave.
Can't get attention like that. You gotta get,
I got hustle like that. Read on. Right. You know what? I'm gonna refrain from that's correct. I'm gonna try this. Mr. Lappy standing there. What do you want?
But be like unto spittle.
Right.
And I was liking the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So they're like spit, and they drop from a vessel. You drop a bit of water there on the floor, you don't really care about it, right? That's why they destroy everything. They cut down the trees, they don't, like, it's like a, you're not meant to cut down trees to survive, right? You're meant to keep them because it blends with the oxygen. Right? So them doing that is just harming this society that we live in. No longer can we. Yeah, come, brother. I know you watching. Read that.
Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4.
Brother,
Come in the word.
what's your nationality?
Come in the word. Yes, all praise to the Most High.
Praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High. Born national.
So, brother, what's your nationality?
British.
Where's your father from?
Jamaica.
Let's get. What you got? Alright, we'll get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. And Jeremiah 6.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I'll cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever.
So we're going to be sold unto our heritage. Read that one more time. We're
This
going
is Jeremiah.
We're going to discontinue from our heritage, right? Slave ships, beat up, lynch, rape, murder for over 700 years.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I'll cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever.
So he's discontinued us from our heritage because we sinned against him. Let's read Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1 real quick. Because if we didn't sin, this is what we would have.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy Yahweh, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy Yahweh will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
We'll be on high. We wouldn't be at the bottom. We would, like, when you look at our nation as a whole, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we're at the bottom. We're the last high verse 5, right? We're struggling to pay our bills, water bill, house tax, right? It's like gas and electric, right? We struggle a lot, right? There's also a lot of other things that I want to touch on, bro. Jump to verse 10 real quick.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 10.
Good, yeah, good. Verse 10, read it.
And all people of the earth shall see that thou art come by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee.
So they shall be afraid of us. Look, that woman right there was just laughing.
Right.
She looked at us and was laughing. Right? Now, these other nations, right? They don't look at us with fear. They don't have fear. They don't see us as powerful people. They look at us as weak. The reason why is because when you look at our community, we're destitute. We're killing each other, right? We've got single parent households. We've got all of these things happening to us. Let's jump to verse 15.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy Yahweh, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee,
A curse shall come upon us,
and
right?
overtake thee.
But watch this. Read that.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art a holy people.
We're a holy people. So why would the Most High put a curse on us? Read that again.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord. The Lord thy God.
Chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
But all people that are upon the face of this earth.
Now we're the same with everyone else.
We're above all people.
And what about Black Lives Matter?
We're above all people.
What about equality?
Above all people. We're up there, man. That's why
right.
when you look in sports, we dominate, right? Even when you go into the education system around here, you know the most people that go actually into university is black people. But they don't tell you that, right? It's something like 56% of black people, right? And it's something like 36% of white people. crazy when you look at the statistics. But let's read some curses. Let's see why these curses were put upon us and what they're going to do. Read that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So the curses are on us, sister. Come hear the word. You got a head covering on. That's beautiful.
You get the word like, you know, say angel
Yeah.
like.
So it will be on us for a sign and for a wonder. And
And upon that seed forever.
so it's going to be upon our seed forever. No matter if we're out of slavery, we're still going to know it happened to us because it's on our seed forever. It's like, yo, you got 30? Yeah, can't read that. You don't know 30.
Deuteronomy 30 verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I set before thee.
So we're going to remember the blessings and the curses. Read on. So you on verse 30?
That's 2:30. And thou shalt call them to mind
Call them
among
to mind. That means remember. You remember when you remember these curses and these blessings. We read you a couple blessings. We read you the blessing that will be on high above all nations, right? We read the blessing that they will fear us, right? Let's read on.
all the nations, whether the Lord thy Yahweh have driven thee.
So we're going to remember these curses and these blessings wherever we are in the world. That's why when you research the Hebrew Israelites, right, you'll see Israelites over there in America. You'll see Israelites over there in Jamaica. You'll see Israelites in there. Read that.
This is Deuteronomy 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of Yahweh,
Right. So
which I command you this day.
read that again. That's what I want to read that again.
Deuteronomy 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of Yahweh, which I command you this day. And a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord.
So if you don't obey, you're gonna get cursed. Now let's get down to the main curse. Let's see if these curses fit our people. Right? Let's read verse 54.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Yahweh. They have provoked me to anger with their vanity, and I will move them to jealousy with those that are not a people.
So he's gonna move us to jealousy. Now, you gotta be jealous, man. Because think about it, we're destroyed. So when we look at these other nations and they're on top, and we're working our arse off in our the modern day job, that's slavery, man. Like, it's like yo, brothers work for £7, £6 sometimes, right? Some brothers even work for higher than that. They get a good opportunity, £10, £15 an hour, right? That's through the Most High. That's through the Most High, right? But a lot of our people, they're destitute, they don't earn. So that's stripping us to jealousy because we are jealous that these other nations are higher above us. They have the best cars, right? Who's got the best? The white man's got the best cars, right? He's got the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, he's got the biggest houses. Now we got the Arabs as well. They have the biggest house. Like they've got Dubai, right? Big old oil plants, right? So we're jealous. Read that.
With those which are not a people.
With those that are not a people, they don't even class as people. Read on.
I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
And he will provoke us to anger with a foolish nation. When we went to slavery, you think we weren't angry? We was angry we went to slavery, right? When we got off them boats and we was there on the auction slave blocks and it was going one nigga, two nigga, yeah, he was angry. And they was selling our children, he was angry. Right?
This is not a church, it's a heritage.
Yeah, 54, read that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54.
Right.
Wow, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom.
So his eyes gonna be evil. What does that sound like to you?
So we can pass it and we will give you the scriptures.
And most of the time, our brothers that will come down here, yeah, you have a few friends that are so-called black, right? And you call them, but say another group of black kids come around.
What scripture?
Who's there? What area is he from? Right? And it says towards the wife of his bosom as well. Don't forget that. What happened just the other week in Birmingham? That guy went and killed his girlfriend and his whole family. Read that again.
Do that the man that is tender among you and very diligent, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom.
So the man will be evil towards the wife of his bosom. Be careful, I don't know. I see him look at it and laugh. Right? He probably thinks that's Jesus Christ. He probably does. That's what Jesus Christ was. Evil read on.
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
And towards the remnant of his children which he shall lead. What nationality has the most fatherless households? Our people. Unfortunately. Now, that's something that happens to us because it's birth, right? But these verses are on us so we can see that we're the children of Israel. We're the most special people on the earth. That's what we've got to remember. Now,
This is
find the
Deuteronomy.
word.
This is
Find the
Deuteronomy
word.
chapter 28, verse 56.
Right.
The tender and delicate woman among you
Right.
should not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you should not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground.
So, our tender women, right? When you look out here in the street, do you see our women being tender and delicate? Nah, not tender and delicate. They're loud mouth. No, you can't chat to me, you. Look, a brother can go up to a sister and say, "Sister, you look nice." And she can look round, look at you and say, "You look like a bum. Go away." Tender and delicate. That's how they're meant to be. But what? The eye shall be evil towards the husband.
Should not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
So she would, that even goes into our wives should work. Our wives should stay at home and teach children how to be in scripture. Right?
And toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
She's going to be evil towards the husband, the son, and the daughter. What do you hear a lot of in our community? When you hear people grow up and they tell stories about their family, they say, "My mum used to say to me, oh, you're just like your father," right? The father left already, like you read in the previous verse. So now they're saying to the son, you're just like your father. You ain't nothing, right? That's being evil towards your son. And then to the daughter, they will go, you're a hoe. Just go out there, right? Leave the house. You're worth nothing. Right? I've heard my mum say that to my sister. Plenty of times. Plenty of times. I told you yesterday. It's fine.
And toward her children which shall bear.
And towards the children which she shall bear.
For she shall beat them for want of food being secretly in a secret.
See, right? But that happened in the season 70 AD, as well as in many other seasons. Right? From the Babylonian captivity to the Syrian captivity. Right? So, about the scriptures, that's what was happening. Every time we sin, those curses are placed upon us. It's a reoccurring thing, right? The sub-Saharan slave trade, a lot of people don't talk about, right? That's when the Arabs were enslaved. They done that from 601 AD all the way to 1800. That's thousands of years. A lot of people don't talk about that. They don't teach you that. They don't teach you about transatlantic slavery.
This is how the seed happened. Christ prophesied in the New Testament. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them.
Woe, what does that mean? Woe means death and destruction. That's what woe means. That's what woe means in the Bible. So whenever you see woe, death and destruction.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that eat such in those days. But pray.
Suck. That means babe, moving babe. Suck the stress, trying to get the joke, right?
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, this time no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for their elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So the elect should get gathered. Someone get Revelation.
Spell the last part, please.
It's the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bringing little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye have not food and drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And ye that earneth wages to put it into a house of gold.
Read that last bit. Read that last bit.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 6. But there is no warm, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag of gold.
So you earn your wages from your slave, your job. You might work at McDonald's, you might work at Burger King, you might work at Sainsbury's, right? You might work a good job. Say you work in a bag, but you've got holes in your pocket. Not meaning literally you've got holes in your pocket, but it drips out. Everything, the expenses of life, right? Because we shouldn't have to pay for water. Really? Water, we have to pay for this? 70% of the earth. Right. As well as food that grows from the ground. This is why concrete, man, hey, we live in a concrete jungle and you can't read that.
This is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, ye are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reapproach and a curse, and in subject to payment, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our Yahweh.
So read that one more time.
This is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We're yet this day in our captivity. So we might not be on the yoke of iron, right? Like in slavery. We may not be able to get beaten by the whips, right? But what? We're still this day in our captivity. That's it. I'll let you know that right now. That's Babylon. I know you heard about Babylon. It's Babylon right there. Trying to deceive you and take away the word. So make sure you're paying close attention.
Where thou hast scattered us,
Right?
for a reapproach and a curse.
For a reproach and a curse. So what your next question to me is how do we get out of these curses? But I want to get some of the main curses so we actually know that we're the Israelites. Get verse 68. Get Deuteronomy 28, 68. Someone go there.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. Let me get
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Most High is going to bring us into Egypt again with ships, right? Because when you come with the word Egypt, it's synonymous with bondage.
And
Exodus.
Okay.
Where is this?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Woo! Describing us perfectly. And I can't tell you any other nation that went into slavery as a whole. Because yeah,